Well, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you happen to be. It's Jo, a little bit late today because I've just come from, I just tried to put I've just come straight off a training course that I've been delivering, and today's training was around productive appraisals, which is something that many employees don't look forward to. But do you know what? It doesn't take much of a shift in order to make it a productive and even, dare I say, enjoyable experience for the people you're appraising. So a little bit late from that because I've come straight off the back of that and then had to jump on a client call, the client that I just delivered the work for. So a wee bit late today. So my lessons from a Lurker at 1 o'clock are actually at 1:10 UK time. Not sure if anyone will see me, not sure if anyone will join, but if you do, hello and welcome. As you can hear, I'm still a little bit gruff in my voice. I am now clear from COVID, but not clear from the congestion, etc. And I think I've gone straight from COVID into hay fever. I mean, life's not fair, is it really? Straight from COVID into hay fever. But it's a beautiful day here today, really quite warm and sunny. And I'm just about to, even though it's just gone 1 o'clock, I'm just about to go out into the garden and have my breakfast. Belated breakfast today for intermittent fasting. So you'll notice in the header today that I put lessons from a Lurker who is now liberated, because that's how I feel. Oh, someone didn't like joining me, showed up and then disappeared. That's fine. So what do I want to talk about today? I dipped into one of my favorite books, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. And as I often do, I kind of dip into that book and find something that's relevant. And it's just always kind of, you open it a page and there's something relevant. And the page I've opened it at is a double page in terms of pictures and words, both of which are equally relevant. So I'm going to share both with you today. The first is a beautiful sentiment, and it's the boy asking the horse, "When have you been at your strongest?" asked the boy. And the horse replies, "When I have dared to show my weakness." And I just think that is so powerful and so beautiful, because it takes strength to show vulnerability, right? So, you know, if we keep all of our weaknesses hidden under the surface, don't declare them, then we may feel safe, but actually there's no real strength in that, because the strength comes from vulnerability. So it's one of the things I've been talking about actually in the productive appraisal course I've been running, about how do we create psychological safety sufficient that people can share their weaknesses without knowing that confident that they're not going to get ridiculed, confident that they're not going to be disparaged in some way, but actually maybe even potentially be helped. Which leads us on to the very next picture, very next page in the book, which is the horse saying, "Asking for help isn't giving up," said the horse. "It's refusing to give up." And again, how powerful is that? How, again, back to vulnerability, how often do we think it's not okay to ask for help because I will be perceived as being weak in some way? So back to that first quote, when actually asking for help means I'm not ready to give up. I'm going to keep cracking on with this. And that's where I've been for certainly the last few months, is knowing that there's progress to be made, knowing that I'm slightly spread too thin, and being prepared to ask for help, because asking for help is not a weakness. Asking for help is acknowledging that there's work for me to do and that I'm going to crack on and do it. So with that said, that's probably enough for me today, because my breakfast is calling at 15 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. My breakfast is calling, and I'll leave you with those thoughts. The thoughts around strength is being prepared to show your weaknesses, being prepared to be vulnerable, and asking for help is actually a sign that you're refusing to give up rather than giving up. I'll leave you with those thoughts. Thank you for joining me. Take care now. Bye-bye.